First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidhan and its colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Aye. Oh, Nidhana. Can you answer me this? Nidhana is trapped in the tower. She's still alive, yes? Then we must make warding scales. As many as we can. Oh, that was her. Oops. The prototype works perfectly. This, Nidhana proved a peril to herself. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye. As alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the Satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzine visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mr. Sadhana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the Satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radz-at-Han for an audience with His Excellency? We're gonna go there and it's gonna be him. We're gonna walk in the door and then he's gonna sit on the throne and be like, wow, nice to meet you. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city.
Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert.
I went in.
Restricted. Alright, bye, Clarissa. I guess he's really eager. The strict restrictions are in place for us.
Radz-at-Hanの都は奇妙にもそこにへばりついている。入り口に掲げられた神願の国章は、彼らの神話を彩る神々の眼。あらゆる真理を見抜くものとされている。
Oh, yeah, I want to do the extremes fully blind, yeah. Yes, I would very much so prefer to do them completely blind. This place looks much better at night. Teehee.
そんな風景も今は沈み、神願は果たしていかなる真理を見ていることか。
Yeah, I hate the colors. Absolutely. It's just straight, they just took every single color up to the saturation to 200% and then slapped them on everything. There's no color scheme, nothing.
あれがラザハン大使の住まうメガドゥータ宮です。
メガドゥータ。More like mega duty.
ただお連れするだけになってしまって申し訳ありません。こんな時でなければ喜んで案内をしたのですが。
こればかりは仕方ないさ。
ラザハン観光はいつかの楽しみにとっておくとしよう。
Also, no, GIF, I didn't see that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to know what the maths are.
Vandamer Jeff 2 just gifted 5 subs.
Rolling up to the king.
Gollum's voice, let's go.
Let's go.
It's
too late, I saw it now, so...
おお、よく来てくださった。私はアヒワーン、ラザハンの大使を務める者です。イレス教の錬金術師たちから五根の霊輪を作るにあたって、あなた方の多大なる協力を受けたと聞いています。それについて直接お礼をと思い、ご足労いただいた次第です。本当に大変お世話になりました。
Not everything went to plan.
ニッダーナのことですね。それについても今しがた報告を受けています。錬金術師たちからは彼女の意志に報いるため、何より彼女と同胞たちを救い出すために霊輪を役立ててほしいと頼まれています。そのことであなた方にもご意見を伺いたい。立ち話ではなんなので、どうぞこちらへお座りください。
待て。そいつはおとりだろう。そろそろ姿を現したらどうだ。
何をおっしゃいますやら。あいにくその帳を上げるような催しは用意しておりません。ご希望とあらば、またの機会にでも。
It's the kid! It's the kid. Did I call it?
構わない。
Oh.
試すような真似をしてすまなかった。帳を上げてくれ。
承知いたしました。
バルデシオン委員会の協力者を名乗ったようだが、君たちが暁の決命だろう。その噂は私の国にも届いているぞ。私はブリトラ。古よりこの島に住む者だ。
ブリトラ、フレースベルグやニーズヘッグと同じ七大天竜
の。ああ、ミドガルズオルムの子が一翼だ。帰るのが最も遅かった私にとって彼らは兄に当たる。
こいつは驚きだ。ラザハン大使は竜を味方につけているという話だったが、まさかこんな大物だったとはな。
それはあくまで市政の噂。よければ私からこの国の真の歴史をお話しさせてください。遠い昔、ラザハンが立つこの大岩にはブリトラ様が一人でお住まいでした。島にマタンガ族の祖先がやってきて住み着きましたが、彼らは偉大なる竜のねぐらを決して犯さなかった。次にやってきたアウラ族も盟友であるアルカソーダラ派のマタンガ族に倣い竜を敬いました。私たちの先祖はそうしてブリトラ様との緩やかな関係を築いていったのです。変化が訪れたのは大陸からヒューラン族が攻め入ってきた時のこと。多くの血が流れんとした時、 ブリトラ様が自ら進み出て戦いを平定なさったのです。和平のための取り決めがなされ、ブリトラ様のもとに誓われた、それが竜の滑る国ラザハンの原型です。
じゃあなんだ、今でもこの国の本当の大使はブリトラだっていうのか。
しかり、私の一族は代々ブリトラ様に仕え、表向きの大使を務めてまいりました。
竜の力は大きい。そして強大な力のあるところには争いが絶えないものだ。私は皆を焼く炎になりたくなかった。だから国の礎を築いた者たちに真実を覆い隠すよう頼んだのだ。
お前、片目はどうした？
ここだ。今はこちらの身に埋め込んでいる。このシンクはラザハン工芸の粋を集めた人形なのだ。そこに目をはめることで私の分身として使っている。
なるほどな。道理で最初に会った時から竜の気配がしたわけだ。
それをごまかす術式が組み込まれているから普通は気づくものじゃない。やはり一時とはいえ兄さんと身を共にしていたからかな。トリューのエスティニアン。私たちはどちらも最初から真実に気づいていた。けれど互いに牙を向かなかった。今はそれが全てだ。
さて、こちらの事情を明かしたところで君たちに取引を提案したい。竜としてではなくラザハン大使としてだ。私たちは完成した霊輪を用いて早急にゾットの塔を調査、可能ならば制圧したい。だが霊輪の効果が万全だとしても戦闘である以上は突入できる兵の数に限りがある。
数を絞る分手だれを送り込みたいということでしょうか。
ああ、まさにその通りだ。我が国の誇る聖戦士団もつわもの揃いだが、今は少しでも可能性が高い道を選びたい。
カレー大好き2号です。
君たちが数々の万神と渡り合ってきたことは知っている。先日もパガル山やカルテノー平原で偽りの神を退けたそうだな。その力、そしてバルシャンとして見た君たちを信じ、ゾットの塔調査の先陣を切ってもらいたいのだ。無論君の仲間たちの分の霊輪は用意しよう。加えてもしも引き受けてくれるのであれば、より多くの霊輪を提供するつもりだ。使い方も君たちに任せよう。
危険はあるが悪い話じゃないな。各国に霊輪を渡すことができればラザハンだけじゃなく世界中の脅威を払うための足がかりになるだろう。だがさすがに俺たち4人だけじゃ厳しいものがある。一旦戻って他の仲間と相談してきてもいいか。
もちろん構わない。安い依頼ではないのだ。こちらも待てるだけ待とう。霊輪を量産する時間も必要だからな。
そういうことなら一旦オールドシャーレアンに戻って
お前は竜の言葉じゃなく人の言葉で語っただろう。ラザハン大使からのうまい依頼を俺が拒む理由はない。
恩に切る。
That meeting took rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetheryte before departing, unless of course you enjoy violent nausea. Yeah, actually, now that I think of it,
it wasn't so bad.
I like it. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnair. We're back in the chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you in the battles to come.
Yeah, maybe we can warm up next to each other.
Maybe we can... Are you okay? Now then, your investigation here remains, but when that's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Okay, so we gotta go to the other ones now.
Yeah. And for the other one, we have to read. To go read books like some nerds.
Nerds, dude. What the crap?
Should grab that person from Thavnair.
With a studium.
No.
Okay.
I'm running.
Our journey ends here.
I don't know how to read, and thus the Warrior of Light's journey was brought to a halt. While they went back to elementary school to learn how to read.
Brightly colored book. So if it makes me actually want to read this whole freaking book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Do you want me to read it?
Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadan man by the name of Nyunkrenth.
Is this what your character sounds like?
No, it's the narrator to the book. They're audiobooks. Nyunkrenth was a student of astrology, and he divided that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built the
No way he built a Gaijenkapatapa! I always wanted to see one of those, dude. I hope this is a picture audiobook.
A gigantic ship, assembling a crew, and set sail
Quite past
for the
elementary school,
Imperial
exactly.
realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nyunkrenth's crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Nyunkrenth wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Ablathia's spine. Poor guy, he didn't see it coming. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not very long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nyunkrenth gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers, and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. The land on the beach of the isle settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became a city of Sharlayan. We live in this city to this day.
I got the red cover book.
Woo, it's red!
Roads of Old, the Colony. Many years ago, on the banks of Thaliak in the Dravanian hinterlands, a Sharlayan colony once thrived. The settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the Sixth Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, this area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Sharlayans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Sharlayan colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Sharlayan, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned into the subject of the motherland. In response, some Sharlayan inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Great Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. Following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Idleshire. This book does not appear to contain additional information in the forum or cover the history of the Sharlayan motherland in greater detail. Alright.
Oh, we got more options. We got Time-worn Tome, the Well-worn Manual.
We can like loop around book. So that way we don't miss any. So this will be the next one, the Leatherbound Tome.
The Leatherbound Tome.
Music.
I know, it's so chill in here. The Voice of a Growing City.
I see Satrap of Radz-at-Han. I have no idea.
In the years which followed the founding of the Sharlayan, civic policy and other matters of import were decided
on
at
launch.
the Ecclesia,
Yes.
public forum which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this forum became increasingly impractical. The larger
also,
number
Helma,
of
thank you for the biddies, and Van, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, and Cool, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Significant delays in vital resolutions.
Thank you guys very, very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Various measures were introduced in an attempt to
I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very much. Thank you, thank you.
Protracted
Thank you, thank you.
discussions.
Where's the pictures?
I'm still like, I haven't been reading this whole time.
Unbelievable.
But in the year 201 of the Sixth Astral Era, and the ultimate decree of the Sharlayan would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of nationwide vote. Thus, the Forum, as we know it today, conceived and created. So much lore, dude. So much freaking lore, dude. I love lore.
Blue cover book. An introduction to the heavens. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past, that their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? This book is on the wrong subject. Works that contain details on the form or mention the history of Sharlayan. We're over here reading fucking Scooby-Doo mysteries, and they're like, bro, that's literally not what we're looking for.
We're in the children's section.
We're reading the Hungry Caterpillar.
They're like, guys, we're supposed to be doing research here.
And we're like, yeah, this caterpillar is very hungry.
Dude, is this a primal, dude? Like, have we not heard about this primal?
We're making a whole, like, research paper on the caterpillar and how hungry he is.
Start writing a thesis on it. Forever 20 summers.
Does that mean the stars moved? Tell me more about this caterpillar. I'm
Have you ever put
interested.
learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? I too once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical studies, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus, I do share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. It could be 19, or 23, or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Though mindful, healthy living,
Sounds like a boomerang copium.
you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition and biological, aetherological, and arcane viewpoint. Man, every time aether's thrown into something, I get thrown off, man. This book is on the wrong subject. But I want to be forever 20, dude. What the heck?
Yeah.
Let's go back and finish that one.
Time-worn tome. Stewards of Wisdom. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Njunkrep, founder of Sharlayan, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern Empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Sharlayans took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading, with knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops, engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Sharlayan would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war, and with knowledge deliver the world. You have gained a fundamental understanding of Sharlayan history and the foundation of the Forum. Head outside to the rendezvous point and await your companions.
Waiting. Waiting in the gazebo of knowledge.
Gazebo of gear.
The gazebo of gear. I was drinking water.
Oh, this is actually perfect because I voice her and you voice him.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Kururu should be along shortly.
I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stack mention the final day specifically. So, we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they're even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quick as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them.
It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and a ready supply of hot tea.
Oh, I was also quite fond of reading outside. But it is not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home.
It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and asked how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that if Alphino and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed to cross the threshold.
That guy sucks, dude.
Yeah. Let's kill him.
A harsh measure indeed. Hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation.
Yeah, to understand his position. I don't think there's any position or anything that could justify essentially voluntarily orphaning his two kids. Like, disowning them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's any redemption
Oh, yeah.
for
You
this
guys,
guy.
want to save the world, huh? You want to save the world? How about you're not my kids anymore, huh? How about that?
Exactly, dude. How dare you? Who do you think you are? We'll mend this rift one day. I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family? Or do they not live here in the city?
Ah, well. My situation is somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlian, yes. But I was born rather far away.
Sorry.
Caught me off guard.
Sorry.
That's why he snapped to look at us.
Excuse you. It's like I'm talking here.
In the southern research of Isilbard, in fact, for generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite of the Isle of Thavner. The Alligans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship, brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes, the Fourth Umbral Calamity, brought an end to the Empire's reign. And when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might preserve the remaining remnants of the Allagan technology from being misused.
Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule?
For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as it's the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties with knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born of the Allagan Eye, I was given over to custody of friends of the students of the Baldessian, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen.
I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question.
Even Thancred was taken by the Archons Louisois, was he not? Stories of adopted wives and rescued orphans are most common among Charlians than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided with equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity? I don't even know. We Outriders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon.
I have no idea what that word is. I've never seen that before.
I haven't either, dude. They love big words in this game.
Big brain, big words.
Tis exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation in which the citizens can be proud.
Hear, hear. Another good reason to get to the bottom of the form's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Yeah, trifling matter, yeah. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Clarissa and Thrai. More company should be arriving any moment now. I've said you're talking to your demons.
I am. Oh my god, there's so many more people here now.
Oh my god, there are. They heard about the gear gazebo.
Alright, I'm reading again, I guess. Hold on, they're handing out gear out here? Huh?
Huh?
Oh, the other two voices. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, again, perfect, because I voice her, you voice him. Let's go.
We've returned with our selections. Although, I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kururu had already flickered through enough history books devoted to the disasters. And more than a few
Gears
which
Evo.
barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers on the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Excuse you.
Sorry.
I'm trying. All right, never mind. Never mind.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry.
So I come here telling you about all this stuff I learned.
Sorry.
And you just
Mommy?
go burp in my face like that? Perhaps their knowledge for the final days come from an unexpected source.
Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarat firsthand, and fear I may be overlooking critical details. My thanks.
Yay.
Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? The worst kind of phenomena you can imagine! No, I'm gonna say a complete destabilization of creation magics. Or destabilization. Did I say destabilization?
Destabilization.
Destabilization?
Destabilization of magic.
The magics. The magics were destabilized.
All the magic was destabilized in the area. Excuse me, do you mean destabilize? No, I know what I said.
I meant what I said. And I said what I meant. Boy.
Sorry. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on the manner of life. On all manner of life. Hi, Bentley. Hang on.
Bentley.
The chaos extended to ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, undescribable abominations prowling the streets. They sounded kind of like...
Yeah, they were prowling the streets and they were like...
And like...
And then they were like...
And like...
And then like...
And like...
I feel like if we weren't streaming, we would have just kept going to that for so long.
Forever. It's true.
And then Ethan joins the voice room and we're like...
Those creatures had me barking, if you know what I'm saying.
That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Ishtella surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Ashes.
Things promulgated, yeah.
Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? Yeah, your mom.
Your mom!
Destroyed. Rolled. We just leave. All of this was just an elaborate setup for your mom joke.
What you thinking?
I was gonna say the first one.
That sounds good. I like how we can just pass it off to Alphino.
Yeah. We're over there, we're still making sounds, and then we're like, huh? What? Oh, yeah, Alphino can tell you.
Well, I mean, we got it wrong anyways.
Alphino, you fucking know-it-all pussy bitch. She wasn't even asking you,
nerd,
she was
dude.
asking me.
We just go and then start interrupting ever.
Never. Yeah, he literally just said, actually.
Actually, I think you may be misremembering.
Alright, you forgot your glasses, you fucking nerd.
Okay, I mean, I'm just trying to correct you. I mean, this is really important.
Yeah, well, she asked me.
Information that... I mean, you're wrong.
Yeah, well,
As
she
I
asked
recall,
me.
it was more of a gradual spread.
You know, gradually spread your mom.
Oh my god.
I said that.
You killed me.
I said it without thinking. And then after I said it, I realized what I said.
Actually rolled, dude. Alphino just starts crying. Breaks down.
Don't worry, Alphino, I'll be your dad now.
Oh no! Oh, I'm actually crying.
Me too!
I knew I'd cry this expansion, but I didn't think it'd be from this.
I didn't think about it at all, dude. I just said it.
You're off the rails, dude. Unhinged. The Amaratan spoke of a keening sound that rose from the land itself, just before the region was visited by the catastrophe. We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course. Thrust as we were into the midst of the madness.
So the ground was crying out, you say? Be considered the harbinger of doom, and must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of the Numenon's mammoths and ask after any books which might make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take?
What are we playing, 20 questions here?
What did they do?
Some Zodiac, didn't they?
Yeah, didn't they?
Pretty sure they did. I flipped that one.
Yeah. I swear if Alphino goes, actually!
Actually, they knocked Dolman from the sky.
I swear if he says that. Okay, I was about to say I'm gonna do his dad next.
Please don't. You already disowned me.
Don't care. Didn't ask.
Anyways, you're right about that one. With Ledibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. Do not know exactly how Zodiac brought the salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lies sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiac, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Vanit and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Heidelin.
Yeah, that's Beans! I'm running in the corner with Beans. Also, I was confident in saying that it was Zodiac, but then Alphino made me question all my answers and all my knowledge by being like, actually.
Yeah. I thought they were all gonna be right.
Yeah! Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telephoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we?
I like how Graha and Alice are just in the back and watching this Alpha with like every like your mom and slapping him, telling him to shut up. And
I'm just watching. They're like, yep.
They don't want to interfere because they're scared right now. We should keep an eye out for Yustola, but it's time we began studying these research papers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we gotta chill out some more. We're waiting.
Alright, whose mom are we doing now?
Stola's.
Yeah. Stola, get over here. We gotta do your mom.
Yes, honey.
I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced 1 or 2 possibly useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Garan oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Global Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, will be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. When you confronted Master Fortunal with knowledge of the Telephoroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading, Duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone.
I can't read. We've been over this.
I just learned about the hungry caterpillar.
And you're like, don't worry, I've been studying.
Yeah, we bring out that book. Well, I learned about this primal right here.
That's primal. Never feels like an age to tell his research assistant.
Okay, my god. So much waiting in the gear gazebo.
Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned?
Yes. We get rid of the caterpillar. We like pull it out of our jacket.
This one, it's about a giant caterpillar.
We act all secretive about it, like look over our shoulder on each side. Slide it
we
over
lean
to
in,
her.
we whisper, it's like, I found this one.
The caterpillar. Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest.
Okay, well, that's not happening.
We might be occupied with our research for quite some time.
We're literally going to accept this.
Oh,
and
you
then
gave me
take the next one.
shoes!
Shoes. You.
Shoes. And they're not better than mine. Oh yeah, let's say. Is that the black mage gear?
Ready for a tea break? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You did the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good.
Actually, I don't like coffee, so...
Okay, well, I love coffee, so let's go.
Okay, I see it's all about you.
Yes.
Glad you understand.
Just waiting.
Okay, well, I would have been there sooner if you would have just waited a second for me to do that.
As busy as ever, I see. Oh.
Go on.
How very surely that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this car gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telephoroi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think?
She's accompanying us!
Okay,
Piron the air.
Beyond the air.
Beyond the air. Fiochonlier.
Hmm? What? What is it? Can you man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking for a shared table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere.
Goddamn! You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telephoroy. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear, and...
Wait, you're of House LVL, girl, aren't you? And this man, you're obviously a foreigner, no?
What the fuck?
I've heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge in their barbaric whims. And here you are, giving truth to the rumor. I don't think you'd leave me be. I have not to say to the likes of you.
Well, I must apologize. It was foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Bro. Bro.
You guys suck, dude.
Bro.
My emote.
Check this out. Bah! Kicked in the face. Bah! Kicked in the face. Bah! Bah! Bitch. Oh!
Dabs.
Okay, where's the next one?
Hello,
Yeah,
boys.
she got a disown for literally trying to save the entire world. Hildois? Hildois? Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Oh wait, actually you should voice them since I voice her.
I cannot do that voice you just did.
you can do something else.
I cannot follow up with that.
Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telephoroy and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss LVL. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the forum, and if word reached Master Fortunate that I was helping you. I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. At least she was nicer about it, you know? She's just like, I'll get in trouble if I'm seen talking to you.
Oh, it's Dick on!
Dick on! Where is it? It's on!
Welcome, sir. What can I offer you today?
His eye color matches his apron.
Wait, is that Mr. Salisay I see there? My word, how long has it been?
Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion in between lessons at the studium. Like, I'm sorry, but
I know that's not how you pronounce his name. It's probably like Dickon.
Dickon?
Still not any better.
Yeah,
but...
how do you just, who names them? And it's like, yep, looks good. And especially
so
like we have a conversation and a cutscene with him. It's not like a random NPC that you never talk to.
This is so funny. That seems ages ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home?
What a question. I heard you got disowned. Is everything good? No.
Are you good, dog?
It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with their situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems.
Well, it is House Louvier. No matter how discreet Master Fortunat may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times?
We have questions, and only Charlians have the answers. Tell me, Master...
Say it.
Master...
Say my name.
Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days?
What? Like, the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And... is that you're here to find information on this apocalypse?
Yes,
Did you
whatever we can
go to
learn.
like the south and become a doomsday prepper? Is that what happened? Is that what you got disowned?
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me.
I wish there was more that I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Sarlian, aren't you? Then, if you will know your face, I should be able to pass you off as a server, with none the wiser. Please let us keep a server outfit.
There's an item exactly like that already. The Craftsman apron.
We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food. You might just get the answers you're looking for.
Friendly conversation. Hey, did you hear about the final days, you know, in the past whenever the Ashen is trying to kill everyone on the entire fucking planet? Crazy, right?
Hey, you know the world's ending?
Yeah.
Customers.
So man, the apocalypse, huh? Am I right? Not a bad idea. Hate to ask, but what do you think?
Yeah, did you see me try to sell fish? That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. The tea is set in the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelet is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting on the outside table with a friend of hers. And behind them, you should see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck.
I quit.
Dude, no one here, like, no one that works in something like this would be that patient. You'd be like, you got the order wrong? What's wrong with you, you idiot?
Okay,
Is this the chatty group?
yeah, it's set by the water, so this would be the group. So they get the tea set.
Stand on the table.
Oh, my tea set. Lovely, thank you. The teller for who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to the current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about the ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off.
The what?
You
ordered an omelet?
Yeah, omelet, yeah. The omureto. It is your omelette du fromage.
Oh, finally. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in and no time to waste. What? Telephoi? Ah, yeah, I remember seeing a thing. The name of the last Gazette. The same grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral.
Fool. Yeah. Lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You've no idea how long I've skimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish.
Dude, why did you save up for that? You got...
Don't judge. The final days, this is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. Must be a busy time to be a gleaner. What?
What are?
You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't gotten here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If these telephoroi make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbour and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this.
Not like this, dude.
Not like this.
Oh my god. Dude, we didn't even dress up like a server.
Yeah, what the crap? Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking?
Yeah, that last dude talked a lot.
That's true, he was actually helpful. Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dick kind of nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, a cup of coffee, I promised. We down it all at once.
More.
But let's enjoy our drink somewhere else. We already drank. Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. She handed it to us, and we just like dump it on her face immediately, and then she's like, let's enjoy this somewhere else. I'm gonna swim! Oh, wait, there's a boat right here, but we can't even jump on it. What the crap? What was that?
What's that, dude?
Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Aww.
I love this night music.
Mm-hmm.
シャーレアンに行こうって決めた時のこと覚えてる？ラハがただならない事態が起きてるからこそお父様はあんな突き放し方をしたのかもって。実際そうなのかもしれない。頭が固くておじい様とは何度も喧嘩してた人だけど、血を流すがいいだなんて決して言わなかったもの。でもね、戦うことが正しいのかって問いに答えられなかったのも本当。そのことでアルフィノは思い悩んでたけど、私は進んできた道を間違えたなんて思えなかった。だからただ怒って反発してる。そっちの方が立ち悪いわよね。少し見方を変えたら自分も頑固で独善的なのかもって後になってからふと気づいたの。あの時あの問いになんて答えたら自分もお父様も裏切らずにいられたんだろう。中に入っていったってことはラビリンサスへの搬入ね。もうこの島の地下にある大きな施設のことよ。シャーレアンといえば世界中から知識を集めてるでしょ。それは何も紙や試験管に収まるものだけじゃないわ。動物や植物、さまざまな命ある資料を生きたまま保管、研究する。それがラビリンソスってわけ。にしてもかなりの荷物だったわね。私が住んでた頃は船を使うような搬入自体めったに見なかったのに。ラストスタンドで聞き込みをしてくれた時、グリーナーの出入りが頻繁になってるって話があったのよね。さっきの船に乗ってたのも多分グリーナーだわ。それもラビリンソスに搬入を行える議会公認のグリーナー。
So we're gonna take this boat and follow them, right?
彼らの動きが最近テロフォロイが現れた頃から活発になっているなら、そこに哲学者議会の思惑が隠れてるかも。